So again, welcome everyone to the Shakyamuni Buddha practice that we're doing for Saka Dawa. So before we begin, let's take a moment to just focus our minds a bit. You can use the breath as a meditation object and just try to stay present with the breath for a few minutes. We'll just do this breathing meditation, just give ourselves a chance to come into this space. And then I'll lead you in a short reflection to set our motivation. So before we set our motivation, let's think about the significance of this day. It's one of the most powerful days in the Buddhist calendar when we reflect upon the kindness of the Buddha. In the Mahayana tradition, we hold that everything that we know of in terms of the history, the story of the Buddha, him being Prince Siddhartha, leaving the palace and seeking liberation and so on, that all of this was an act of a supreme emanation body, this supreme Buddha that can appear in this world and begin to turn the wheel of Dharma. So the actions that we're recalling in the Buddha's life today, of course, are his beginning when he was born and showed incredible signs of being a very powerful spiritual being. And then his actual attainment of enlightenment that he exhibited at Bodh Gaya. And then his passing away into nirvana, leaving this world as a final teaching on impermanence. We have an incredible debt to the Buddha because of the legacy he left behind, the teachings that we still have today in this world due to the kindness of the Buddha and all the gurus that followed from the Buddha that kept these teachings very vibrant and alive and realized them generation after generation. So this is a very powerful day for us to gather and to engage in practice together, to commemorate the Buddha in this way, and to seek to attain the same state that he himself accomplished. So now I'll begin reading from the Shakyamuni Buddha practice. You're welcome to just continue to meditate on these words. How extremely lucky I am that I have not died yet. I am especially lucky that my death didn't happen last night. How wonderful and fortunate it is that today I am still a human being, a state that is extremely rare. But this is not all. I have a perfect human body, which is also extremely rare, and I have met the virtuous friend who reveals the unmistaken complete path to enlightenment and is extremely difficult to meet. And I have met the Buddha Dharma, which is also extremely difficult to meet. Since I have met all of these extraordinarily fortunate circumstances, I should not waste my life in any way. I should make my life as useful as possible for the infinite other sentient beings. Their peace and happiness depend upon me, and my happiness is received only from their kindness. The greater use of my life to other sentient beings, the more it becomes the means to achieve success and happiness for myself. The purpose of my life is to free all sentient beings from suffering and its causes, negative karmas and disturbing thoughts, and to lead them not only to the ultimate happiness of self-liberation, freedom merely from the sufferings of samsara, but to the peerless happiness of full enlightenment as well. This is my responsibility. I am responsible for the happiness of all sentient beings. Why? Because whether my actions are helpful or harmful to them depends completely on my own mind, on whether I have compassion or not. By generating compassion, I immediately benefit numberless other sentient beings, and at the very least, I do not harm them. The ultimate purpose of my life is to do perfect work for others. In order to fulfill that purpose, it is necessary for me to achieve the state of full enlightenment, omniscient mind. And in order to do that, I must actualize the path to enlightenment. Therefore, I am going to do actions that become only causes for me to achieve enlightenment and to bring all sentient beings to enlightenment as quickly as possible. May all my actions become only causes for me to achieve enlightenment and to bring all sentient beings to enlightenment as quickly as possible. So with that bodhicitta motivation, let's go to the initial prayers that are in this practice that are on the screen now. We'll recite this verse of taking refuge in the Gurus, recalling that the Guru is inseparable from Buddha Shakyamuni, from all the enlightened beings. The Guru is Buddha, the Guru is Dharma, the Guru is also Sangha. The Guru is the creator of all happiness. In all the Gurus, I take refuge. The Guru is Buddha, the Guru is Dharma, the Guru is also Sangha. The Guru is the creator of all happiness. In all the Gurus, I take refuge. The Guru is Buddha, the Guru is Dharma, the Guru is also Sangha. The Guru is the creator of all happiness. In all the Gurus, I take refuge. Now recite these two verses once. With the thought desiring to liberate transmigratory beings, I always take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha until the heart of enlightenment is achieved. With perseverance, acting with wisdom, compassion, and loving kindness in front of the Buddhas for the benefit of sentient beings, I generate the thought of full enlightenment. Then we're going to do around the offerings, purifying the place, and so on. So if you do have a candle, we're going to do light offerings as part of tonight. If you have a candle or other tea lights, what have you, you're welcome to light them at this time, or light electric lights, whatever it is that you want to offer. And when you light them, recite the 3 syllables Om Ahom as a way of consecrating and blessing them. Om Ahom, Om Ahom, Om Ahom. Okay, so then let's begin with purifying the place. Everywhere may the ground be pure, free of pebbles and so forth, as level as the palm of the hand, in the nature of Vaidurya, and soft. Savior of all sentient beings without exception, divine destroyer of the unbearable hordes of Maras and their forces, perfect knower of all things without exception, Bhagawan, together with your retinue, please come here. So again, feel that you're in the presence of all these holy beings who are inseparable from your own Guru. May divine and human offerings, both actually arranged and mentally emanated, become clouds of the finest Samantabhadra offerings, filling the entire realm of space. So now we're going to recite the offering cloud mantra. Again, as it says here, the offerings are blessed, multiplied to become numberless and offered as we do this. You can have your hands in prostration mudra as you recite this. We'll do this 3 times together. And the syllable vajra that's in there, we're pronouncing it the Tibetan way of benza or benze if it's got the E on the end. Om Namo Bhagavate Benzasara Pramardane Tattagataya Arhate Samyak Sambuddhaya Tayata Om Benze Benze Maha Teza Benze Mahabhidya Benze Mahabodhicitta Benze Mahabodhi Mandopa Samkramana Benze Sarva Karma Avarana Vishodhana Benze Soha Om Namo Bhagavate Benzasara Pramardana Tattagataya Arhate Samyak Sambuddhaya Tayata Om Benze Benze Mahateza Benze Mahabhidya Benze Mahabodhicitta Benze Mahabodhi Mandopa Samkramana Benze Sarva Karma Varana Vishodhana Benze Soha Om Namo Bhagavate Benzasara Pramadana Tattagataya Arhate Samyak Sambuddhaya Tayata Om Benze Benze Mahateza Benze Mahabhidya Benze Mahabodhicitta Benze Mahabodhi Mandopa Samkramana Benze Sarva Karma Avarana Vishodhana Benze Soha. And then so that the offerings will be received, we recite the extensive power of truth. Again, as it says here with this verse, the offerings you have visualized as numberless actually appear to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and are received, and we can think that they experience great bliss upon receiving them. By the power of truth of the three rare sublime ones, the blessings of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, the great wealth of the completed two types of merits, and the pure and inconceivable sphere of phenomena, may these piles of clouds of offerings arising through transformation by the Bodhisattvas Arya Samantabhadra, Manjushri, and so forth, unimaginable and inexhaustible, equaling the sky, arise, and in the presence of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions, be received. So it's at this point that we are to do 3 prostrations. Since it's a little difficult with Zoom and what have you, you're welcome to do a physical prostration, recalling that prostrations are a very powerful way to purify negativity, accumulate merit. But we'll otherwise just simply put your hands at your heart in prostration mudra with the thumbs tucked in between the 2 palms and holding that at your heart as we recite, first of all, this multiplying mantra 3 times. Om Namo Manjushriye Nama Sushriye Nama Uttama Shriye Soha. Om Namo Manjushriye Nama Sushriye Nama Uttama Shriye Soha. Om Namo Manjushriye Nama Sushriye Nama Uttama Shriye Soha. And I believe that there is the English translation of this. We'll do this in English, this praise to Buddha Shakyamuni. To Guru, Teacher, Bhagawan, Tathagata, Arhat, perfectly complete Buddha, glorious conqueror, Shakyamuni, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. Please grant me your blessings. To Guru, Teacher, Bhagawan, Tathagata, Arhat, perfectly complete Buddha, glorious conqueror, Shakyamuni, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. Please grant me your blessings. To Guru, Teacher, Bhagawan, Tathagata, Arhat, perfectly complete Buddha, glorious conqueror, Shakyamuni, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. Please grant me your blessings. So it's at this point then that there actually is a visualization for refuge. So I'm going to read that and just put on the screen Buddha Shakyamuni. We'll also do a visualization of the Buddha in a moment. But essentially we want to, again, generate a very deep sense of refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha as we begin this more formal part of the practice. So at the level of your forehead, about 2 meters in front of you, is a large golden throne. It is beautifully adorned with jewels and supported at each corner by a pair of snow lions. On the throne is a fully blossomed lotus, and on that are sun and moon discs. Upon the lotus, sun, and moon sits Guru Shakyamuni Buddha, who has achieved perfect cessation of all suffering and obscurations and has attained all perfect realizations. He is the manifestation of the omniscient mind of all the Buddhas, the ultimate Guru. He is inseparable from my root Guru, who shows me this unmistaken path and is bound by infinite compassion to me and all sentient beings. Guru Shakyamuni Buddha's holy body in the nature of golden light is very magnificent. He wears the 3 saffron robes of a monk. His face is beautiful and has a loving smile. His compassionate eyes look toward me, but simultaneously encompass all sentient beings. His eyes are long, narrow, and fine. His gaze is very peaceful. His eyes are half closed, half open. His lips are red. His hair is blue-black. Each hair individually curls to the right. On the crown of his head is a pinnacle. The palm of his right hand rests on his right knee, the middle finger touching the moon cushion. His left hand rests in his lap in the mudra of meditation, holding an alms bowl filled with nectar. He is seated in the Vajra posture in the center of an aura of light like sunbeams. Each feature of his holy body represents an aspect of his omniscient mind, his inner realizations, and also demonstrates the causes, the merits collected in the past. No matter how much one looks at Guru Shakyamuni Buddha, one never feels satiated. The supreme refuge, Guru Shakyamuni Buddha, encompasses Guru, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. From his holy body, beams are emitted in all 10 directions. Numberless manifestations of Guru Shakyamuni Buddha are transformed on the tips of these beams to ripen the infinite sentient beings. Looking at us with compassionate eyes, Guru Shakyamuni Buddha says, "Child of the lineage, if you want to be liberated from the suffering of samsara, I will guide you." He happily promises this and also promises to free all of us from the breathless state of the lower realms. Now visualize that around you are seated the infinite Father and Mother sentient beings, and they are completely intoxicated with the unimaginable infinite sufferings of each of the 6 realms. They are wide-eyed, desperately looking for refuge, pitifully calling out. Now think, circling continuously in samsara's 6 realms, I have been tormented by suffering from beginningless rebirths until now, and still I haven't become liberated from it. Fortunately, this time I have received a perfect human body. Because of my good fortune, I have met the most sublime teaching, the Buddha Dharma, revealed by the teacher, Guru Shakyamuni Buddha. I have no certainty that I will not die today. My death could happen even today. If I were to die today, I would have no freedom to choose the realm in which I am reborn. I could fall down the precipice into one of the realms of evil-gone transmigratory beings. I should think carefully about whether I would be able to bear those sufferings for even 1 second. Even if I were to achieve the body of a deva or human, which is extremely unlikely, I would still be ceaselessly tormented by many hundreds of sufferings, such as birth, sickness, old age, and death, dissatisfaction, anxiety, relationship problems, and so forth. And after that, I would again fall down into the lower realms. There is nothing to trust about being in the upper realms. This one time I have obtained a perfect human body with freedoms and richnesses, and being guided by the sublime virtuous friend who reveals the path, and have the wisdom to discriminate between the shortcomings of samsara and the benefits of liberation. Therefore, I should quickly achieve liberation from this terrifying samsara. Yet to liberate only myself from samsara is not sufficient. This is not the meaning of my life. Numberless sentient beings equaling the limitless sky are wandering in the suffering states of samsara, and they have all been my mothers and have been kind to me. Therefore, I must liberate them and lead them to the peerless happiness of full enlightenment. Who is the refuge and guide who liberates from the great ocean of beginningless samsara? There is none other than the three rare sublime ones: the teacher, the fully enlightened one; the Dharma, the scriptures and realizations; and the Sangha, the supreme assembly. Therefore, together, I and each and every one of the transmigratory beings equaling the sky take refuge in the Guru, three rare sublime ones. So really take a moment to strengthen this refuge motivation, realizing that without refuge in the three jewels, we cannot attain even a good rebirth, much less liberation or enlightenment. Then let's recite the refuge verse that is here on the screen together 3 times with those thoughts of deep refuge in the three jewels. And as we do so, the first time we can visualize that white light descends down and completely purifies all of our obstacles to practicing the path. The second time that we recite it, we can visualize the golden nectar descends down that imbues us with all the perfect qualities that we will need in order to accomplish complete enlightenment. And then with the third recitation, just rest in this space of deep refuge in the three jewels in order to have those benefits accrue for you. I take refuge until I am enlightened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my merits of generosity and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit transmigratory beings. So really feel that all the negativities and obstacles have been completely purified. And then the golden nectar as we recite the second time. I take refuge until I am enlightened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my merits of generosity and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit transmigratory beings. You can feel that you've received all the blessings of all the holy beings, all the gurus, the form of that golden nectar. All the qualities are actualized that you will need to attain enlightenment. And then a final time, resting in the confidence that these blessings of the Buddhas, of the Gurus, the three jewels, will actualize all of this for you. I take refuge until I am enlightened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my merits of generosity and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit transmigratory beings. Now, thinking about the countless beings surrounding us, let's generate the 4 measurable thoughts. We'll do this in terms of the 4 kind of secondary thoughts that go into each of these, beginning with immeasurable equanimity. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were to abide in equanimity, free from attachment and hatred, discriminating some beings as close and others as distant. May they abide in equanimity. I myself will cause them to abide in equanimity. Please, Guru Buddha, bless me to be able to do this. Really feel that you're receiving the blessings of the Buddha, of the Gurus, to be able to accomplish this, and meditate on that for just a moment or two. All beings in that state of perfect equanimity. And then immeasurable loving kindness. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were to achieve Buddhahood. May they achieve Buddhahood. I myself will cause them to achieve Buddhahood. Please, Guru Buddha, bless me to be able to do this. So as before, feel the blessings of the Guru Buddhas in order to accomplish this. And really think about all beings in a state of perfect happiness. Buddhahood. And then immeasurable compassion. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they be free from suffering and its causes. I myself will cause them to be free from suffering and its causes. Please, Guru Buddha, bless me to be able to do this. So visualize as before. And then finally, immeasurable joy. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were never separated from the happiness of higher rebirth and liberation. May they never be separated from these. I myself will cause them never to be separated from these. Please, Guru Buddha, bless me to be able to do this. So again, receive the blessings and visualize all beings in that state. Perfect happiness, and rejoice in that. And we can go through the bodhicitta motivation before we engage in seven-limb prayer and so on. Just as I have been suffering in samsara from beginningless time, so too have all my kind mother sentient beings who are so precious. They are the source of all my past, present, and future happiness, and have been kind to me again and again, numberless times from beginningless time. Therefore, I have the responsibility to liberate all the numberless kind mother sentient beings from the unimaginable oceans of samsaric suffering and its causes. However, in my present state, not only am I unable to liberate others, I cannot even benefit myself. Even if I were to achieve the state of an arhat, the work for myself would still not be complete, and the work for others would be limited. Therefore, in order to complete the work for myself and others, I definitely need to achieve full enlightenment, the state of Buddhahood. If I achieve this sublime state of Buddhahood, I will have ceased all the numberless mistakes and completed all qualities, and I will then be able to work effortlessly for all the kind mother transmigratory beings, equaling the extent of space. Therefore, in order to achieve full enlightenment quickly, I'm going to follow the example of the brave, extensive deeds of a bodhisattva in order to benefit others. In particular, I'm going to meditate on the stages of the path to enlightenment. So again, as it says here, just take a moment to rejoice, because by generating the four measurables and the thought of bodhicitta, we've collected more merits than could fill the sky, and thus filling our lives with great happiness. Just rejoice in yourself and each other, everyone gathered here tonight, as well as everyone engaging in practice on this auspicious day who has that mind of bodhicitta moistened by the four immeasurables. We go on to the seven-limb prayer. Again, you could do an extensive visualization on this, but we'll just simply imagine multiplying ourselves so that we become numberless, and even think of yourself having a very large body so that you are covering as much ground as possible when you visualize yourself prostrating all these iterations of yourself. And we're prostrating to the Guru Buddha, all the holy beings, recognizing their incredible qualities and wanting their blessings so we can become just like them. I prostrate reverently with my body, speech, and mind. Then we go to the limb of offering. So again, tonight we're going to do a more extensive offering practice. We can say this prayer right now with everything that we've collected here, whatever offerings you have, but then we're going to do a more extensive light offering practice after this. So let's recite this line. I'm visualizing countless offerings filling all of space, as we did even earlier with the offering cloud mantra, and offer them to the Guru Buddha. Think that the Guru Buddha experiences great bliss, and once more you can have your hands at your heart in prostration mudra as you do this. I present clouds of every type of offering, both actually arranged and mentally emanated. You can think that these offerings are received. All the holy beings experience great bliss. So again, the extensive offering practice, we've already done the beginning parts of it where we did the offering cloud mantra and so forth. This is where we, again, take whatever offerings that we've arranged on our own altars. We can also, of course, think about all the offerings that, as Rinpoche does, thinking about all the offerings that are in our centers right now, the center that you might be affiliated with, as well as all the FPMT centers around the world. All these amazing offerings. And we want to make the most merit today on this auspicious day by offering them to all of these various holy objects, all of these holy beings, and so on. So we're going to begin with offering to the holy objects in the place where you are. And so again, you can keep your hands at your heart in prostration mudra. This is one of the key elements Rinpoche always emphasized. First, having your hands in prostration mudra, so you're paying homage to the incredible qualities of these beings and objects that you're offering to. And then secondly, we visualize the offerings going out and being received. And then third, we visualize that they experience great bliss when we have recited the prayer of offering. Okay. And again, as it says here, think that everything is inseparable from your own Guru. I prostrate and make all these offerings, both real and emanated, to all the holy objects, every tanka, statue, stupa, scripture, picture, satsa, relic, and prayer wheel, here in this place by seeing them as inseparable from my own root Guru, who is one with all my other Gurus. My Guru experiences great bliss. And we go on to extend this out to the holy objects and your gurus in the country where you are. I prostrate and make all these offerings, both real and emanated, to all the holy objects in this country, including those in all the FPMT centers and students' homes, and to all my gurus in this country by seeing them as inseparable from my own root Guru. And once more, as they receive these offerings, think that your Guru experiences great bliss. And you can think about the holy objects and the centers that you're affiliated with, as well as any of the other objects you can bring to mind existing in this country, in the FPMT centers or students' homes, what have you. Make those offerings. The Guru experiences great bliss. Then we go to Mother India, to the land of so much of the Buddha's life and his enlightenment and teachings. We'll make offerings to the holy objects in your gurus there. I prostrate and make all these offerings, both real and emanated, to all the holy objects in India, including the statue of Guru Shakyamuni Buddha in Bodh Gaya, where the 1,000 Buddhas of the fortunate eon will descend, and to all my gurus in India, including His Holiness the Dalai Lama, by seeing them as inseparable from my own root Guru. My Guru experiences great bliss. And then while many of the holy objects in Tibet were destroyed with the Chinese occupation, there are many holy objects still there in the Potala, in Tashi-Lhompo, and many other monasteries that still do have great holy objects, especially the Jowo Rinpoche statue that is in Lhasa. So we're going to think about those holy objects in Tibet and make offerings to them, inseparable from your own Guru. I prostrate and make all these offerings, both real and emanated, to all the holy objects in Tibet, including the Jowo Rinpoche statue in Lhasa that was blessed by Guru Shakyamuni Buddha himself, by seeing them as inseparable from my own root Guru. My Guru experiences great bliss. So again, especially think about all the light offerings that you've made, all of the other offerings that you have. Send them to these holy objects in Tibet, and your Guru experiences great bliss upon receiving them. And there are many holy objects in Nepal as well. Rinpoche is in Nepal, I believe, at Kopan Monastery. So many other teachers, wonderful gurus there. Thinking about all of them, we're going to make offerings to all the holy objects and the gurus in Nepal. I prostrate and make all these offerings, both real and emanated, to all the holy objects in Nepal, including Bodhnath Stupa and Swayambhana Stupa, and to all my gurus in Nepal by seeing them as inseparable from my own root guru. My guru experiences great bliss. And then to all the holy objects and gurus in all the other Buddhist countries. I prostrate and make all these offerings, both real and emanated, to all the holy objects and to all my gurus in all the other Buddhist countries, such as Thailand, Taiwan, and Myanmar, by seeing them as inseparable from my own root guru. My guru experiences great bliss. So we can certainly think about Bhutan and Mongolia and so many other places as well, where gurus exist, holy objects exist. Again, the guru receives these. The guru experiences great bliss. And then the rest of the world. I prostrate and make all these offerings, both real and emanated, to all the holy objects and to all my gurus in the rest of the world, by seeing them as inseparable from my own root guru. And my guru experiences great bliss. So again, so many other countries where there are holy objects, dharma centers, shrine rooms, what have you, all the holy objects. We offer to them, they're inseparable from our guru. The guru experiences great bliss. Then we make offerings to the three jewels wherever they exist in the 10 directions. I prostrate and make all these offerings, both real and emanated, to all the 10 direction Buddhas, Dharma, and Sangha by seeing them as inseparable from my own root guru. My guru experiences great bliss. And then to the statues, stupas, and scriptures that are in the 10 directions. I prostrate and make all these offerings, both real and emanated, to all the 10 directions, statues, stupas, and scriptures by seeing them as inseparable from my own root guru. And my guru experiences great bliss. And then to Thousand Armed Chenrezig, who is inseparable from our own guru and especially inseparable from His Holiness the Dalai Lama. I prostrate and make all these offerings, both real and emanated, to Thousand Armed Chenrezig by seeing him as inseparable from His Holiness the Dalai Lama and my own root guru. My guru experiences great bliss. And then the 7 medicine Buddhas. I prostrate and make all these offerings, both real and emanated, to the 7 medicine Buddhas by seeing them as inseparable from my own root guru. My guru experiences great bliss. Again, recall these Buddhas, especially Medicine Guru, King of Lapis Light. It's blue in color. All the other Buddhas as well, the 7 medicine Buddhas. Make offerings. They're inseparable from the Guru. The Guru experiences great bliss. And then to Bodhisattva Siddhigarbha. I prostrate and make all these offerings, both real and emanated, to Bodhisattva Siddhigarbha by seeing him as inseparable from my own root Guru. And my Guru experiences great bliss. Then we have the actual offering prayer. And while it indicates reciting it 5 times and so on, I think we'll probably only have time to recite it 3. So again, this is a prayer in addition to the way that we've already visualized making these offerings to all these holy objects and beings. This prayer kind of adds on to that. These clouds of light offerings, both actually arranged and mentally emanated, filling space, are manifestations of my own innate awareness, the Dharmakaya. These clouds of offerings equaling the sky, I offer to all the gurus, the 3 rare sublime ones, and all the statues, stupas, and scriptures, which are manifestations of my guru. By the merits of generating bodhicitta, making charity to the numberless sentient beings, and making these light offerings to the gurus, the 3 rare sublime ones, and all the holy objects in the 10 directions, for all those sentient beings who rely upon me, all those for whom I have promised to pray, all those whose names have been given to me, and principally those who have a connection with me, my servants, benefactors, and disciples, as well as all remaining transmigratory beings, both living and dead. May the rays of the lights of the 5 wisdoms completely purify all their degenerated vows and samayas right now. May all the sufferings of the evil-gone realm cease right now. May the 3 realms of samsara be emptied right now. May all impure minds and obscurations be purified right now. May all impure appearances be purified right now. May the 5 holy bodies and wisdoms spontaneously arise. These clouds of light offerings, both actually arranged and mentally emanated, filling space. Whoops, sorry. I meant to do that. Let's go back to our emanations of my own innate awareness, the Dharmakaya. These clouds of offerings equaling the sky, I offer to all the gurus, the 3 rare sublime ones, and all the statues, stupas, and scriptures, which are manifestations of my guru. By the merits of generating bodhicitta, making charity to the numberless sentient beings, and making these light offerings to the gurus, the 3 rare sublime ones, and all the holy objects in the 10 directions. For all those sentient beings who rely upon me, all those for whom I have promised to pray, all those whose names have been given to me, and principally those who have a connection with me, my servants, benefactors, and disciples, as well as all remaining transmigratory beings, both living and dead. May the rays of lights of the 5 wisdoms completely purify all their degenerated vows and samayas right now. May all the sufferings of the evil-gone realms cease right now. May the 3 realms of samsara be emptied right now. May all impure minds and obscurations be purified right now. May all impure appearances be purified right now. May the 5 holy bodies and wisdoms spontaneously arise. These clouds of light offerings, both actually arranged and mentally emanated, filling space, are manifestations of my own innate awareness, the Dharmakaya. These clouds, oops, did I go back far enough? Yeah, I did. Okay, sorry. I got worried there that I wasn't saying the whole prayer. These clouds of offerings equaling the sky, I offer to all the gurus, the three rare sublime ones, and to all the statues, stupas, and scriptures, which are manifestations of my guru. By the merits of generating bodhicitta, making charity to the numberless sentient beings, and making these light offerings to the gurus, the three rare sublime ones, and to all the holy objects in the 10 directions. For all those sentient beings who rely upon me, all those for whom I have promised to pray, all those whose names have been given to me, and principally those who have a connection with me, my servants, benefactors, and disciples, as well as all remaining transmigratory beings, both living and dead, may the rays of the lights of the 5 wisdoms completely purify all their degenerated vows and samayas right now. May all the sufferings of the evil gone realm cease right now. May the 3 realms of samsara be emptied right now. May all impure minds and obscurations be purified right now. May all impure appearances be purified right now. May the 5 holy bodies and wisdoms spontaneously arise. So then let's go to the Atisha's wonderful prayer of light offering. So go down to that. And again, as it says here, we can recite this whenever we make a single light offering or doing the extensive offering practice that we're doing. May the light of the lamp be equal to the great billion-fold world system and its environments. May the wick be equal to the king of mountains, Mount Meru. May the butter be equal to the infinite ocean. May 100 million lamps arise in front of each and every Buddha. May the light eliminate all the darkness of ignorance from tip of samsara down to inexhaustible hell, so that all the pure lands of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions can be seen directly and clearly. Om Benza Loke Ahom. Emaho, I offer this wonderful, excellent, clear, and luminous light to the 1,000 Buddhas of the fortunate eon, to all the infinite pure lands of the 10 directions, to all the gurus, yidams, dakinis, dharma protectors, and the assemblies of mandala deities. In this life and in all their future lives, may all sentient beings, especially my father and mother, be able to directly see the pure lands of the complete Buddhas, and may they become inseparably one with the Savior, Amitabha. By the power of the truth of the 3 rare sublime ones and the assembly of deities of the 3 roots, please grant your blessings that my prayers be swiftly actualized. Tayata Pensandriya Awabodhane Soha. The lamps completely transform into very brilliant 5-colored lights of wisdom. On a lotus and moon disk, the syllables Om and D appear. From them, 108 exquisite light-offering goddesses appear, wearing silks and precious ornaments. Each goddess holds a lamp in her hands. From them, infinite billions of trillions of replicas of light-offering goddesses emanate and make light offerings unceasingly to all the assemblies of peaceful and wrathful deities in the Buddha lands throughout all of space. Thus, due to the merits of having made such a light offering, may all the degenerated vows and samayas of the deceased, the benefactors, and especially the transmigratory beings of the 6 realms be restored. May all their conceptual obscurations be cleansed. May all their bad karma, negativities, and obscurations be purified. And may the 3 realms of samsara become empty. Please grant control, power, and realizations. So we won't do the dedication prayers from this time. We'll go back to the 7-limb practice. And again, really rejoice that you have done these offerings in this more extensive way on this auspicious day, and rejoice in others who have done this as well. The 3rd limb is the limb of confession, where we bring to mind the 4 opponent powers, regretting all the negative actions we've done, relying upon our minds of bodhicitta and refuge in order to purify, making this verse and the visualization of purifying rays from the Buddha as a means of a remedy, and then finally also making a resolve that we won't engage in these actions again as we recite this single line. I confess all my negative actions and downfalls collected from beginningless time. And again, take a moment to make that resolve to refrain from negative actions going forward as best as you can. Then we go on to the fourth limb, the limb of rejoicing. And we'll pause after this and spend some time rejoicing in our own merits, each of us individually, first ourselves being here today, and then rejoice in each other, rejoice in all other ordinary beings like ourselves engaged in virtue, merit making today, rejoice in all of the Arya beings, all the holy beings, and especially rejoicing in our gurus. Whatever our gurus were up to through this auspicious day, we know it was of great, great merit. So by rejoicing in that, we gain a portion of that. I rejoice in the virtues of ordinary beings and Aryas. So again, let your heart be filled with joy, thinking about all these amazing virtues, merits. Then we do the two limbs of requesting. First, requesting that the gurus, the holy beings, remain, and then also that they teach the Dharma. So again, for the first one, we visualize kind of offering a golden lion throne that they kind of absorbs into the throne that the Buddha is seated upon, so that, again, this represents our sincere request that the Buddha remain in this world and all the gurus remain as well. Then when we make the second request, we can visualize countless forms of ourselves in the form of Brahma gods offering Dharma chakra, that it represents our sincere request that the Buddhas and the Gurus continue to turn the wheel of Dharma for the sake of ourselves and all beings. Please remain until the end of samsara and turn the wheel of Dharma for transmigratory beings. It's important to think that our Gurus and the Buddhas have accepted these requests, will continue to abide in this world and in the realms of all beings, and continue to teach them the Dharma. Then finally, the limb of dedication, where we dedicate all these merits to the great enlightenment, the enlightenment of all beings that will occur eventually when all beings have reached that state through the power of the Dharma. I dedicate my own and others' virtues to great enlightenment. That concludes the 7-limb practice, more extensive version of that. Again, a very powerful way to accumulate merit is through making the Mandala Offering. So we're going to just recite this together and again, visualize as best as you can the phenomenal world transformed into a beautiful Buddha paradise, kind of your own pure land, as well as the pure land that all beings will inhabit eventually through their attainment of that state of complete Buddhahood. This ground, anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, the 4 continents, the sun, and the moon. I imagine this as a Buddha land and offer it. May all transmigratory beings enjoy this pure land. Due to the merits of offering this mandala to Guru Shakyamuni Buddha, may I, my family members, and all sentient beings be able to meet, practice, and actualize the teachings of the victorious one, Losang Drakpa, who lived an eminent life endowed with pure morality, a brave heart in doing the Bodhisattva's extensive deeds, and the yoga of the 2 stages, the supreme transcendental wisdom of non-dual bliss and emptiness. Idam Guru Ratna Mandalakam Niryatayami. That concludes the Mandala Offering and 7-limb prayer, part of our preliminary practices. Now we make requests. So again, you can think certainly about individual requests that you have for the gurus in terms of inspiring you in your own practice, those areas where you feel that you need greater inspiration and assistance. but also think about all the requests we need, or the requests we want to make, all the way up to enlightenment, for us to be able to achieve all the realizations of the path, and to eventually join the ranks of the Buddha, to be able to help them in their task of enlightening all sentient beings. Holy body, created by 10 million excellent virtues. Holy speech, fulfilling the hopes of infinite transmigratory beings. Holy mind, seeing all objects of knowledge just as they are. To the principle of the Shakyas, I make requests. Guru Vajradhara, embodiment of all three refuges, takes the form of virtuous friends to subdue beings in whatever way is needed, and grants the supreme and common realizations. To the kind gurus, I make requests. Holy sublime field of merit, my perfect pure Guru, by making offerings and requests to you, Savior, sole root of all happiness and goodness, please bless me to be happily guided by you. Magnificent and precious root Guru, please abide on the lotus and moon on my crown. Guide me with your great kindness and grant me the realizations of your holy body, speech, and mind. So again, what we will do is we'll go to page 111 and then come back here. We'll recite the foundation of all good qualities. Oh, which I did the wrong, put in 11, not 111. There we go. Again, this is a way of recollecting the stages of the path. And normally, and if this was a full practice, we would even do a short meditation on one of these topics at least. Let's just bring them to mind as we recite these verses together. The foundation of all good qualities is the kind and perfect Guru. Correctly following the Guru is the root of the path. By clearly seeing this and applying great effort, please bless me to rely upon the Guru with great respect. When I have discovered that the precious freedom of this rebirth is found only once, is extremely difficult to find again, and is greatly meaningful, please bless me to unceasingly generate the mind taking its essence day and night. This body and life are changing like a water bubble. Remember how quickly they perish and death comes. After death, just like a shadow follows the body, the results of black and white karma follow. When I have found definite conviction in this, please bless me always to be conscientious in abandoning even the slightest collection of shortcomings and in accomplishing all virtuous deeds. When I have recognized the shortcomings of samsaric perfections, there is no satisfaction in enjoying them. They are the door to all suffering, and they cannot be trusted. Please bless me to generate a strong wish for the bliss of liberation. Through my being led by this pure thought with great remembrance, alertness, and conscientiousness, please bless me to make keeping the individual liberation vows the root of the teachings my essential practice. Just as I have fallen into the sea of samsara, so have all mother transmigratory beings. By seeing this, please bless me to train in supreme bodhicitta, which bears the responsibility of freeing transmigratory beings. Even if I develop only bodhicitta without familiarizing myself with the three types of morality, I cannot achieve enlightenment. By my seeing this well, please bless me to keep the vow of the sons of the victorious ones with fervent effort. By my having pacified distractions to wrong objects and correctly analyzed the meaning of reality, please bless me to quickly generate within my mind stream the unified path of calm abiding and special insight. When I have become a suitable vessel by training in the common path, please bless me to immediately enter the holy gateway of the fortunate beings, the supreme of all vehicles, the Vajrayana. At that time, the basis of accomplishing the two attainments is keeping my vows and samayas purely. When I have gained effortless conviction in this, please bless me to protect them even at the cost of my life. Then, when I have realized exactly the vital points of the two stages, the essence of the tantric sets, and am enjoying the yoga of 4 sessions with effort, without being distracted by non-meditation objects, please bless me to accomplish these according to the teachings of the holy beings. Thus may the virtuous friends who reveal the noble path and the spiritual practitioners who correctly accomplish it have long lives. Please bless me to pacify completely the collections of outer and inner obstacles. In all my lives, never separated from perfect gurus, may I enjoy the magnificent Dharma, and by completing the qualities of the grounds and paths, may I quickly attain the state of Vajradhara. So maybe just take a moment to reflect on what we just recited, all of these various elements of the stages of the path that we want to achieve realizations of, and just generate again a deep conviction in this path as absolutely the way that we and others and all beings will be able to attain their deepest potential. The preciousness of these teachings is undeniable. Their perfection is obvious. They are there to help us to actualize our own minds all the way to the state of perfect Buddhahood and generate that deep confidence in the Lamrim, knowing that it is the way out for ourselves and others. So now we're going to be reciting a bit of the Buddha's mantra. I think most of you know it. It's on the screen there. I'm going to take it off the screen to put the image of the Buddha back up there, but it's, Tayata Om Mune Mune Maha Muneye Soha. So maybe we'll recite it 3 times together for the rounds that we're doing, and then we'll do it a number of times on our own. So again, what we're doing here, having gone through this whole practice, having made our requests, having even brought to mind the teachings of the Buddha and the Lamrim that are the means to accomplishing the perfection of our own being and to help others to do the same, we now want to receive the blessings and inspiration of the Buddha. So we're going to do this in 2 rounds. The very first time we visualize white light that radiates from Buddha's heart, and it enters your own body, speech, and mind. You can feel it comes down through the crown of your head if you wish, or simply comes into your body and purifies those 3 places, your body, your speech, and your mind. Think that all diseases, spirit harms, negative karmas, and obscurations are completely washed out of you, just like dirt that is being washed out of a cloth. So again, we'll do this visualization as we recite the mantra. Tayata Om Mune Mune Maha Munaye Soha. Tayata Om Mune Mune Maha Munaye Soha. Tayata Om Mune Mune Maha Munaye Soha. Tayata Om Mune Mune. Tayata Om Mune Mune Maha Munaye Soha. So again, feel completely purified. All obstacles, all hindrances, completely removed. Then as we do another recitation of Shakyamuni Buddha's mantra, we visualize yellow net light that descends down, radiating from Guru Shakyamuni Buddha's heart, entering your own body, speech, and mind again. And you receive this time all the qualities of the Buddha's holy body, holy speech, and holy mind. In particular, your mind is transformed into the perfect wisdom of Buddha's omniscient mind, and you attain Buddha's perfect compassion and perfect power. You become a perfect guide, able to fulfill the wishes of all sentient beings and bring them every happiness, especially the highest happiness of enlightenment. So again, Rinpoche says that we have permission, even without tantric empowerment, to visualize ourselves in the form of Buddha Shakyamuni. So as you receive all of this golden light, have the confidence that it has completely filled you with all the qualities of the Buddha so that you yourself become just like the Buddha, having that exact same form, purified body, speech, and mind. Tayata Om Mune Mune Maha Munaye Soha. Tayata Om Mune Mune Maha Munaye Soha. Tayata Om Mune Mune Maha Munaye Soha. Tayata Om Mune Mune. Tayata Om Mune Mune Maha Munaye Soha. Now think that the sufferings of sentient beings are unbearable and generate a strong determination to free every sentient being from the oceans of samsaric sufferings and their causes. Not only that, also make the determination to take upon yourself every sentient being's sufferings and problems along with their causes, karma, and delusions, and to bring them to the ultimate happiness of liberation from samsara, as well as the peerless happiness of full enlightenment. Make the determination to live your life with a good heart, great compassion and loving kindness for all sentient beings, and to work to free them from all sufferings and their causes, and bring them to full enlightenment. Think that because you have generated this thought to benefit all sentient beings, and because you are making your life worthwhile, Buddha is extremely pleased with you. The gurus are extremely pleased with you. And then we go into the conclusion of the practice, which is the absorption. Guru Shakyamuni Buddha, who in essence is all the Buddhas, Dharma, and Sangha, now melts into light and absorbs into you. I think we become completely one. Your own body, speech, and mind become Guru Shakyamuni Buddha's holy body, holy speech, and holy mind. You then arise in the aspect of Buddha, and in essence, you are also Buddha. At your heart is a mundus with the mantra Tayata Om Mune Mune Mahamunaye Soha around the edge. Light beams radiate from your holy body with a Buddha on the tip of each beam. A Buddha comes to the crown of each of the numberless hell beings, hungry ghosts, animals, human beings, asuras, suras, and intermediate state beings. White light beams descend from the Buddha's holy body, purifying all their defilements. And then the Buddha absorbs into each sentient being, and they all become Buddha. And hold this visualization that this has happened through the force of your own compassionate wish, as well as that of all the enlightened beings. Every single being in that state of complete Buddhahood now. And think how wonderful it is that I have enlightened all sentient beings. Then we dedicate the merits. And so again, we will go to the light offering practice to do the dedications from there. But let's start with the way Rinpoche encourages us to make dedications, first of all, to actualize bodhicitta. Due to all the past, present, and future merits collected by me, and to all the merits of the 3 times collected by numberless Buddhas and numberless sentient beings, may bodhicitta be generated in the hearts of all the sentient beings of the 6 realms, and especially in the hearts of everybody in this world, including all the students, benefactors, and volunteers in the FPMT organization. May it be generated in the hearts of all those who rely upon me, all those for whom I have promised to pray, and all those whose names have been given to me. May it be generated in my heart and in the hearts of all my family members, those who are living and those who have died. May the bodhicitta that has already been generated increase. And then for peace and happiness to prevail in the world, strong prayer that we need now. To all the past, present, and future merits collected by me, the numberless Buddhas, and the numberless sentient beings, may all wars, famines, diseases, global problems, and all dangers of earth, water, fire, and wind be stopped immediately. May perfect peace and happiness prevail in everyone's hearts by their generating loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta. May the Buddha Dharma, from where sentient beings receive peace and happiness, last a long time and spread in all directions. May all sentient beings meet the Buddha Dharma and achieve enlightenment as quickly as possible. Then to be able to cherish all sentient beings, due to all the past, present, and future merits collected by me, the numberless sentient beings, and the numberless Buddhas, may I be able to cherish every single hell being, hungry ghost, animal, human being, asura, sura, and intermediate state being, more than the sky filled with dollars, diamonds, or wish-granting jewels. May I be able to free all of them from the lower realms, samsara, and the lower nirvana, and bring everyone to the peerless happiness of Buddhahood. And then to seal the merits with emptiness. Due to all the past, present, and future merits collected by me, the numberless Buddhas and the numberless sentient beings, which are completely empty of existing from their own side, may I, who am completely empty of existing from my own side, achieve the state of full enlightenment, which is completely empty of existing from its own side, and lead all sentient beings who are completely empty of existing from their own side to that state which is completely empty of existing from its own side, by myself alone, who am completely empty of existing from my own side. And then finally, to dedicate in the same way as all the past Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. I fully dedicate all these virtues to be able to train, just like the hero Manjushri, who knows reality, and just like Samantabhadra as well. I fully dedicate all my roots of virtue with the dedication praised as the best by all the gone beyond victorious ones of the three times in order to have good conduct. So then let's go to the extensive offering prayer and recite the dedications that are there and the prayers for multiplying the mantra. So again, there might be some of these that are a repeat, such as to seal the merits with emptiness. So we'll just go, and also that is a repeat. This one for Lama Tsongkhapa's teachings to spread in the hearts of all sentient beings. Due to all the merits of the three times collected by me, the numberless Buddhas, and the numberless sentient beings, may the teachings of the victorious one, Lama Tsongkhapa, flourish for a long time. May all the FPMT centers and projects immediately receive all the conditions necessary to preserve and spread these teachings. May all obstacles be pacified, and may all the activities of the FPMT organization in general, and the meditation centers in particular, to preserve and spread the Dharma, particularly Lama Tsongkhapa's teachings, cause these teachings to continue without degeneration and to spread in the hearts of all sentient beings. We do the prayers for multiplying the merit. So actually, maybe it would be better to do the long life prayers for our gurus first before we do that. That way we get to find them. I didn't mark them in here. So it must be towards the back. Sorry, I'm probably making everybody dizzy by doing this. Let me actually stop the share and I'll pull them up on another file. Otherwise, we're all going to be okay. Let me see, I've got that here. And let me get to the right page and then I will share it with all of you. All right, here we go. So let's do the prayer, especially first for His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Again, thinking with all of these prayers that we're making strong aspirations for us and others to always have these perfect guides in our lives, through them having good health, long lives, all their holy wishes fulfilled. May all these spiritual guides, especially His Holiness the Dalai Lama, continue to be in this world to help us and all beings. The wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world, to the incomparably kind Tenzin Gyatso, I beseech, may all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. Then for Lama Zopa Rinpoche, our spiritual director, you who uphold the subduer's moral way, who serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Manjunath's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplish magnificent prayers honoring the three jewels, savior of myself and others, your disciples, please, please live long. And then for Asalhita Lama Yeshe's reincarnation, Venerable One, to you whose kindness exceeds that of all the conquerors, for those wanderers in far-off places, especially the West, mindful of your loving concern for us in intentionally descending again into a family of a far distant land, we make this request. O Lama, please, please live long. So then again, we'll be doing these multiplying mantras. Most of them are just recited one time, and we will recite them in the Tibetan, and I'll try to go slow enough so that if you're not familiar with the Tibetan phrasing of it, then you can at least try to go along with it. So we begin with this Tivaratana, King of Light. Chom den de dejen shekpa dra jompa yang dakbar sokpe sangye nampar nangze oki gyalpo la chag selo. And then to Samantabhadra. Jangchup sempa sempa chenpo kuntu zangpo la chag selo. This is the one that we do 7 times. Tayata Om Pansagriya Awa Bodhani Soha Om Duru Duru Zaya Muke Soha Tayata Om Pansandriya Awa Bodhani Soha Om Duru Duru Zaya Muke Soha Tayata Om Pansadriya Awa Bodhani Soha Om Duru Duru Zaya Muke Soha Tayata Om Pensandriya Awa Bodhani Soha. Om Duru Duru Zaya Mukhe Soha. Tayata Om Pensandriya Awa Bodhane Soha. Om Duru Duru Zaya Mukhe Soha. Tayata Om Pensandriya Awa Bodhane Soha. Om Duru Duru Zaya Mukhe Soha. Tayata Om Pensandriya Awa Bodhane Soha. Om Duru Duru Zaya Mukhe Soha. So then let's do the remaining two. These again are just done one time. Chomden de Dejan Shakpadra Jompa Yang Dakbar Sokpe Sangye Mengila Bedurye Oki Gelpo La Chak Selo. Chomden de Dejan Shakpadra Jompa Yang Dakpa Sokpe Sangye Ngowadang Monlam Tamche Rabtu Drupe Gyalpo La Chag Selo. And there's a little verse, I believe, to recite after this. Put that in the middle of the screen. Due to the blessings of the eminent victorious ones and their sons, the truth of infallible dependent arising, and the power of my pure special attitude of taking responsibility, may all the aims of my pure prayers be accomplished. And then we can add immediately, right now, may all of these aims be fully accomplished. So let's conclude with just rejoicing really strongly again at what we've done with our day. You can look back on all the merit you've created throughout this day, all the practice you've engaged in, acts of charity, kindness, what have you, and just really fill your heart with joy, and fill your heart with joy at everyone else, all the amazing things done today, by all the beings of this world especially. And dedicate all of this that we're rejoicing in even to complete enlightenment for ourselves and all sentient beings. Wonderful. Thank you all for joining me tonight for this practice. And again, I'm very happy that folks were able to come in for their Saka Dawa and be here. And look forward to seeing you all again very soon. So let me go ahead and stop the recording.